No. Is he already on Zoom?
This is Mr. Singh on Zoom.
So we're doing that one first?
Yes.
Okay. All right, I'm moving then.
Sorry. And
Ready?
I had told them that, so.
All right, we are reconvening the Board of Commissioners in our public executive session, or no, public county council meeting, sorry, it's not executive session. 2 o'clock, present in the room, Commissioner Hensley, myself, Commissioner Minty was scheduled elsewhere. We have 2 hearings scheduled for today. We have Singh versus Harmon, and we have Crowder versus Schuster. We're gonna start with Singh versus Harmon, and we will start with a deputy's report.
Deputy Vickery with Clinton County Sheriff's Office. On July 31st, 2023, Mr. Singh called and reported that a neighbor's dog killed one of his goats, 2 hens, and 3 ducks inside of a chicken coop. Mr. Singh had a photograph of the dog that night outside of the coop, biting at the door, and entered the door and then identified the dog as Miss Harmon's dog, who lives 2 houses down from Mr. Singh. I went and contacted Miss Harmon. She acknowledged that the dog had done it before and surrendered the dog to animal control.
Okay. Perfect. And I did neglect to ask any other members of the board to voice any conflicts of interest, ex parte contact, or extensions. No? Okay, good. All right, so then we will move to the complainant, and that would be Mr. Singh. Mr. Singh, are you wanting to testify today in the hearing?
He's muted right now.
Right.
I know he was having some difficulty with the computer and his son was going to be helping him, so it might take a minute if.
We'll
he
give
gets
him a
something
minute.
done.
Just if you wish to unmute yourself and speak in the hearing, or if you're just here to view it, you can let us know.
Okay, he should.
Oh, you were unmuted for a second, sir. You can try that again. You muted yourself again. All right, how about now? Nope. How about now? Okay. I think that we'll go ahead and press forward. Sir, at any time, interrupt us until we close the evidentiary portion of the hearing if you have something that you wish to add. I'll now open it up for, well, there's nobody here in representing Harmon, so we'll move to questions of the board for staff.
I'm trying to read your report real quick, so bear with me.
Mhm.
How did we verify that this animal was actually the one that killed the livestock?
He's the one that is in the photograph
Okay.
right outside of the pen the night it happened.
So this dog was seen where in that photo?
Right out at the door of the chicken coop.
And it was after the event?
No, right before the
Right,
event.
right before? There's
Well,
none
that
photos.
night. There's no photos inside the coop. Just of the animals, the dead animals.
So we have a photo of a dog outside the coop, but nothing that shows that this dog actually killed them.
We don't have any video of that, no.
Okay.
Any evidence on the dog was seized, correct?
The dog was seized. There was no evidence on the dog other than just known fact that it had killed the chickens at that residence before.
Mr. Singh, we can hear you now. If you wish to add anything to the hearing, you would need to be sworn in. Are you prepared to make a statement, sir?
Yeah, I can say something.
Okay, just 1 second. You're going to be asked a quick question.
Mr. Singh, do you solemnly swear the testimony you give today shall be the truth to the best of your knowledge?
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Go ahead and share with the board what you would like to share.
I like to share that these dogs are real nonsense. And prior to this, they had killed about 350 of my chicken on the same property. And I had just lost my wife, so I was off and I didn't press charges. But I want this dog gone. And like I said to the officer the other day, I want to pinch his nerve. And I like to get compensated for my animals.
Thank you very much, sir. Questions for Mr. Singh?
Do you have any type of evidence to show that these dogs killed your chickens the last time?
Oh, the officer, actually, yes, I do. And the officer who was here asked me, he said, "Do you want to press charges?" And I was off my mind. I said, "No." But I should have said yes. But that's okay. If that's gone, that's gone. But this time I don't want to leave him.
When was that, Levi?
It's been it's probably early this spring. It was a
I
large
can do it.
chicken house. You did one
Starting to sound
conversation.
familiar. Starting to sound familiar. Can we round that one up?
Yep.
Police report?
I think we had the same reaction. You guys with the numbers of 250.
Right, I remember that now, yeah. What did we do with that one? I don't either.
I guess
Miss
finder,
Harmon still owes $2,000 from the last livestock hearing to animal control that she hasn't paid.
Thank you.
And are you Mrs. Crowder? Okay. Yours will be next one.
Deputy, so when Piper was involved in the last incident, what steps were taken, do you know, after that?
I do not know.
Okay.
I wasn't involved in any part of the last one.
Okay, I didn't know if it came up when you were visiting with Ms. Harmon or anything.
No, just when I contacted her, she said, yeah, it was him. He did it before. Other than that, that's all she told me.
And if I read the report correctly, they surrendered the
Yes.
animal. Okay. And status of the animal today?
He is still at the shelter.
was the photo of the dog in front of the coop captured by a security camera?
Yes.
Okay.
At night.
Any idea how the dog got out, did she say?
No, she just says he jumps the fence. The fence out her property. Mr. Singh's property isn't fenced. He just built a door to keep the dogs out of the chicken coop.
Was it under Mr. Singh's name that you can, or another name, because I'm not seeing it.
It was under Singh's.
And we had a hearing.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's still on his names.
Let me see if I can. And he said that he appeared at a hearing.
No. He did not say he appeared at a hearing. He just said that it was handled, or that dog killed 350 chickens previously in the year. And I believe I looked it up in animal control.
Mr. Singh, do you remember previously, was there a hearing like this?
I don't remember. I don't remember.
His was a different complaint.
That's what I'm wondering, if there was a different
Beers v.
name.
Harmon, it was back in September.
It was what?
Beers.
Beers, okay.
The board ordered a $1,500 fine, $500 per dog times 3. And the following fees: boarding $405, impound $150, licensing $60, microchip of $45, and $500 in restitution based on a claim by Noel Beers.
That one I remember. And that would actually make sense with the,
And he didn't ask for one. So.
right. That one I remember. And that would make sense why the owner still has about a $2,000 outstanding balance in animal control.
She signed an
Those
affidavit
beers
to
are-
confine them.
Beers, I remember. Yeah.
I need to read that one. Because I don't remember if in that case it injured or killed or just chased. Do you?
I believe that's killed, so this would be a second offense. I'm almost certain of it, and I think it's chickens.
Deputy Brown's gonna pull up the case and get right back.
I think we
I
found it.
think we found it.
Just a different complainant, same defendant.
Okay.
I'm almost certain it was a kill. See, not that one. The other piece. That one. Yeah. Yeah, this is coming. Yeah. We'll never get this clear.
Okay, there's the report on that one.
Thank you.
Am I correct?
Mhm.
Killing chickens.
No, it's sheep.
Sheep, yeah.
Two sheep. There were 3 dogs in this case. That's right.
They killed.
I'm trying to see if this dog was.
Piper.
Oh, yeah. Confinement.
If I remember right, Miss Harmon has a lot of good dogs.
I saw 2, possibly 3 other ones, but they were in the house.
She has dogs. And here's where Mr. Singleton's involved.
Sandy, is there any way to back up to this hearing?
And here's
I saw that.
Piper. Yeah.
And tell us how we, what we,
Ruled?
yeah, how we ruled regarding Piper.
If somebody has a key, that'd be great. I locked myself in.
I don't. I didn't bring my keys today.
Thank you.
I just want to see how we ruled.
Mm-hmm.
There were 3 dogs in that case, and if, I know sometimes we can't prove that one of the dogs actually was involved in killing.
Mm-hmm. I don't think it's, as far as the penalty, I don't think that there's actually much different, because if it was wounding or injury.
Right. It'd fall under the same, just because of the previous.
Either way,
Yeah.
I think we have to, if we find the dog guilty,
I'm not certain they were named in the.
Yeah, but it'll still be,
500 times
it'll still be in the
3.
motion,
Yeah, so
it'll be in the minutes.
hopefully she has some minutes on that.
but we did 500 times 3, right?
did.
I think the first thing we need to do is determine whether or not the dog is guilty, and then we can work on penalties and fines and or disposition. So.
Well,
I-
I'll be honest, deputy, and help me out, okay? Because I read your police report, but How did we get to probable cause that this animal actually killed them?
It was photographed right outside. Mr. Singh told me previously that he's chased that dog off, and it was photographed the night before the animals were killed at the door of the chicken coop, and was the only animal photographed that night before he woke up the next morning and found them dead.
So, perfect. That's where I wanted you to go. We don't have any other photos of any other animals.
He has another photo of a black dog, but it was further off on his property a different day, not that same day.
Okay, and how are these photos taken? Are they from
A
motion?
motion camera.
Okay, so it would seem logical to a reasonable person that if they're motion activated, that it would then capture any other
Anything
animal that was
in the
motion
area.
activated. Okay.
Yes.
I believe there's sufficient evidence to find the dog Piper guilty of killing the animals. Was this July 31st?
Yes. Second.
So we have a motion and a second to find Piper guilty of killing. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Chair votes aye, motion passes. And as to fines, fees, and disposition, I believe, according to statute 403-415, and specifically 403-421 subsection C, the county shall impose a civil penalty of not less than $500 and not more than $1,000. The county shall require the dog to be put to death in a humane manner. I believe that is applicable today.
All three dogs.
So, if you want to run through the numbers, it's one dog. Looking at the history of the animal and the dog owner, there's still a $2,000 outstanding balance owed. What are your thoughts as far as the civil penalty is concerned? The rest of them are pretty concrete, and I think
So-
restitution to the victim is concrete.
I'd make a motion that we forego any civil penalties associated with this and just order the restitution to the victim.
I don't think we can.
Why not?
Because the ordinance says if the dog is guilty, we shall impose a civil penalty of not less than $500 and not more
We
than
got that one
$1,000.
piece. You're right. This is the second offense for 1,000, right?
$1,000, we have discretion between $500 and $1,000.
So I'd go 500. I'll make a motion to go 500 on the civil penalty and full restitution to the victim.
In the amount of $1,250.
$1,250.
So $1,750 in restitution and fines. Second, so we have a motion and a second. As far as civil penalties, I would offer an amendment to the motion that the dog be put to death in a humane manner.
Forgot about that. Second.
So we have a motion and a second with fines and fees and restitution in the amount of $1,750. $1,250 of that to be remitted to Mr. Singh, and the dog to be put to death in a humane manner. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Chair votes aye. Motion passes. Anything else anyone would like to share? Mr. Singh, you'll receive that compensation restitution from the county, not from the dog owner, so you won't have to interact with them. And I would expect that come in the mail.
Yes,
Oh,
but
yeah.
probably late next week.
Probably late next week, early the following, you'll receive that in the mail.
Oh, thank you, sir.
You're very welcome. You'll receive $1,250, and I am sorry about the incident, and I wish you a better day.
Thank you, sir. You guys have a nice day.
You too. Bye-bye.
Bye.
We'll close that hearing and move on to the next. Next one is Crowder via Schuster. Yes?
Yes.
So again, I would ask the board to voice any conflict of interest, ex parte contact, or abstentions from the proposed action.
I have no.
Okay, Deputy, well, it's all yours.
Yes, so this incident took place on August 2nd, early in the morning, about 600 hours. Ryan Schuster's dogs got onto the neighbor's property. There was five dogs caught on video going onto Miss Crowder's property. It did not catch the killing of a rooster and a rabbit, but her video did catch one of the dogs carrying off the rabbit. That is the dog that we have in custody. It is currently on a livestock hold at animal control. Mr. Schuster did identify the dog on the video and turn it over to us. He did waive his right to a hearing on the 2nd and sign the animal over to be humanely euthanized. Ms. Crowder at the time did not request any restitution be paid for the rooster and rabbit that were killed. So the fines are just the animal control fines that are on the form that I gave you. And then the civil penalty for killing livestock. I do have some pictures real quick. We timed out. Scratched on the, and there is the video as well that catches the dog carrying it off. Oh,
Yeah. Did he just handle it?
For this one, I have this one.
Deputy, did you give them a new fine list for this?
I have one.
Yes, it should have been with just underneath
Okay,
that one.
thank you.
That's the old one.
Thank you.
And I got one more. Got one. There you go.
Oh, you gave it to me.
Yeah, the one I had was the red one. Was this one? Second.
So if you turn your attention to the screen, this is the separate pen that the rooster was in. It actually is inside all of that still in place. She did not want to move it for the evidentiary value. It is just a rooster in a cage. Then same cage, just a little wider view. This is the corner of the pen where it broke through the chicken wire to get access to the rooster. And then obviously the feathers are still there as well. Just a different angle of the hole in the pen. Same thing. And so this is the rabbit that was right next to the other rabbit cage, same cage, just 4 feet separate. And then here is the video. So 5 dogs come from Schuster's property. And I think it's a couple minute video, so bear with me. It kind of jumps around on camera angles as well. So this is Schuster's property would be behind this camera angle. You'll see the dogs coming back from over where the chickens are, which is behind the trailers in the top left corner. And then, so this is them going back. And here in just a couple minutes, because I don't remember exactly where it is in the video. You'll actually see the black dog running back with a rabbit and it's clutched in its mouth. And these are motion cameras as well, so they only click on when there's motion. I believe this next time when she goes back on this camera angle, you'll see the rabbit in its mouth. Yeah. So likely more than just that dog was involved, but that is the one that I can prove.
Okay, that's good. Okay.
I'm good.
What's that? I'll make a motion that we find, what's the name of the dog?
Daisy.
Dog Daisy, guilty of killing rabbit and rooster. We have a motion and a second. All those in favor signify by saying aye. Chair votes aye. Motion passes. That one was simple. I do see in the complaint this, well, any other questions for Deputy Justman? I'll probably just jump to that, but you'll get an opportunity, ma'am. But that was good evidence. Thanks. All right. Then with no other questions, anything that you wish to add, ma'am?
No, I was just actually interested in the process, and I just felt like, you know, Deputy Adjustment told me I didn't have to come, but I just felt responsible for all of this, and so I just felt like I should come
No.
and be a part of it.
Appreciate you being here. If there's any questions that we can ask, or answer, excuse me. Now, if there's nothing that you wish to add, we'll just move directly into figuring out fines, penalties, and disposition. I see in the complaint that you don't wish to have any compensation for your animals. Is that correct?
Yeah, I mean, I know that it's a hardship, and, you know, I just feel like I'm kind of caught in the crossfire of that the house that we live in was empty for a long time, and I know that those dogs had free reign of our place, and then we move in with a bunch of animals, and you know, I feel like they try to do a good job of keeping them off, but they do roam the neighborhood, and I have other animals and children as well, and so and there's other children on the other side of me, and I felt just responsible to report it, because I felt like if I didn't, and if something else happened, I would feel really bad if I didn't report it. So I just felt that obligation.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Looking through this, we're looking at boarding animal has been surrendered, but is still in at animal control.
Correct.
Boarding fees of $15 per day for $210. Impound fee of $50 for animal control fees of $260. Being found guilty of killing pursuant to ORS 609. Minimum fine for killing is $500, and no restitution to the victim is a total of $760. As well, the animal's been surrendered, and I would make a motion to impose total penalties as described of $760 and order the animal euthanized in a humane manner.
Real quickly, Chair,
Yep.
if you go that route, since there was no previous history, you must make specific findings on the record as to why other measures are not sufficient.
Okay.
Or adequate to remedy.
I would say, given that the owner has surrendered the animal and doesn't wish the animal to be returned, it leaves us no choice but to have the animal euthanized. Would that be sufficient?
I believe so. And also, I noticed that Deputy Justman could not weigh or stand the dog, because it was apparently so feisty. It's probably not meant for adoption.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. Okay.
So I'm struggling a little bit, and let me tell you why I'm struggling a little bit. I appreciate your honesty in saying that you moved in and the dogs had free run to just run wherever they wanted until you moved in. That's no excuse for a dog killing your livestock at all, at all. But I do appreciate you bringing that up. I see on the bottom here that an affidavit signed by the dog owner stating animal control requests that the owner confine the dogs in a manner so they cannot run at large, cause harm to people or livestock. Since we don't have any proof that this dog has any previous violations, for me it's kind of a big jump to just euthanize an animal. I feel that's the owner's responsibility, not the county's, to take that on, to be quite honest. If this person chooses to euthanize their animal in a humane way, that should be on them, not on us, in my opinion. And what I'm getting to, and probably my biggest concern, is I don't see how this is solving your problem at all. Just because we didn't find the other 4 dogs guilty of killing, I believe that unless there are some measures to control those other 4 dogs, you're going to be in the same predicament tomorrow and next week. So I feel bad about that as well. I think by not euthanizing, Deputy Justman, come up here please, because I always value your opinion. By us not euthanizing the animal, we could actually then put some teeth into you must confine your dogs.
Yeah.
In a way that she doesn't have any future problems. If we simply just euthanize this dog but don't address the fencing issues at all, I don't feel that we're protecting her at all.
And I think it's kind of a mute point at this point, just to give you guys a little more information. Their house has been foreclosed on. They're not supposed to be living there anymore. I took 9 out of 11 of their dogs already.
Got it?
And they're supposed to be out of that neighborhood. Whether that's happened or not, I'm not positive. I haven't been back out there. But they were supposed to be out on the 10th, and it's now the 16th.
Got it.
So they should be gone.
So forcing the issue of fencing things is really a
Right.
good point, as you said. I'm glad I called you back up to clarify that. I'll second.
We have a motion and a second to clarify the motion. $760 in fines and fees, and the animal being euthanized in a humane way. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Chair votes aye. Motion passes. Anything else on this matter? We're adjourned.
I hope that helps you out.
Everybody have a better day.
You're welcome.
Welcome. That's what we can do. I don't know if he'll ever
How many trips does it take?
pay his fines,
Yeah.
so